is no surprise that parents are concerned about their children's screen time, especially because of this pandemic. So here are a few tips how to help your children with their screen time. So first of all, you want to be very clear about who you are and what your values are. So what matters to you? Are you someone who values connection, who values time, who values activity, who values growth? Then you want to be sure that you are communicating those values with your children. That means that you should model that behavior that you want to see in your child. So if you are on your phone, but it is necessary to be on your phone while your child is close to you, then you want to be sharing with your child why you are on your phone. Explain to your child, look, I'm on my phone now because I have to, check my email because I have to do something for work. I have to do something important. Right? Don't assume that your children will just accept that you're on your phone, that you're on your device while you're telling them not to. While you're telling them, for example, that screens are bad or there are detrimental effects or you have to be careful. You explain about the dangers and you're telling them to regulate the screen time, not to be on their screens all the time. But it means that you should show similar behavior. So try to make sure that you use your screens when they are not around. And when they are around, don't be using the phone a lot, or at least explain why you have to use at that particular moment. You don't want to treat them like a child. You want to treat them like someone equal. So they should not just accept that you're an adult and that you can be on your phone. No, explain why you are on your phone. Have those conversations. And again, instill those values in your child. Make sure that your child understands that he or she is not someone who's going to waste their time. That time is precious, that life is finite. So screens are positive, yes. No one needs to become a Luddite, no. It's good that they are tech savvy, there are many advantages, but that doesn't mean that they should just waste their time to scroll and to use those apps and to be on their devices. So you want to instill those values, you want to make sure that you model good behavior. Also, you want to be very careful about how you speak to your child, right? Because your external words become your child's internal words. So you want to make sure that you reward the effort that your child is showing, right? You want, again, aside from instilling those values, you want to make sure that when your child is trying a certain activity that you basically tell the child, you commend the child for his or her efforts. So not only for the result, but also for his or her efforts. So when the child is trying to take on an activity but fails, you still want to show appreciation and admiration for the child because he or she tried. So you want to focus on the effort and make sure that you are very mindful about how you speak to your child, because again, whatever you say, if you complain or if you criticize a child, then that child is going to internalize that conversation. That child is going to believe what you're saying to the child, right? So again, your external words becomes your child's internal words. It becomes the conversation your child will tell himself or herself about himself or herself. So make sure that you motivate the child, that you analyze the child in terms of what your child is good at. What does he like? What does she like? Does she like drawing? Does he like music? Even if they use their screens, what do they like? What are they looking at? What are they watching? And see if you can help them to pursue a particular activity or hobby that they might enjoy. Speaking of screens, you do not want to ignore your child when they're using their screens. Show curiosity. Sit next to them and just ask questions like, okay, how is that game going? Or what do you think about that platform? Do you enjoy? Or what are you exactly doing? Show interest. Ask how a particular app works. Ask why the child is using that particular app. Ask about the game. How far is he progressing? Is he winning a lot? What is the mission of that game, right? Show interest. Try to dive into that world of your child. Because a lot of parents, they don't really take the time to dive into the world of the child. They make their assumptions. They're judging the app, they're judging the platform, they're judging the game, and then they don't show the child that effort of, I want to understand why you like it. Because it's easier to have these conversations with children when you show that you're open to receiving feedback from the child, to hear information about the game, about the app, about the platform, about the device. What is it? Show curiosity. show that level of compassion. Don't just judge or turn the device off when you want for the child to stop. No, 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 no. Don't turn the device off. That can cause extreme tantrums, so don't do that. Enter the world of the child first and discuss what the child is doing. And you also want to ask the child occasionally, instead of or aside from how was your day, how was your online day? So you want to ask about your child's experiences online in the virtual world. So make that a habit to ask that question, how was your online day? And then if they say something shocking, don't be judging them straight away. Like parents, they will say, what, are you crazy? Have you seen that? I can't believe it. Because the child is going to think, whoa, I'm not going to tell you next time. Right? So you want to create this environment where you invite the child to talk about his or her experience of the virtual world. So even if it's shocking information, control yourself and keep asking questions, and then help the child. Because the last thing you want is for the child to shut down in front of you on purpose, because the child simply does not want to talk to you, because your reaction is going to be full of emotion. You're going to explode, and that's not helpful. So remain calm and keep asking questions, and assist, dive into the world of the child, and help when necessary. So stay curious and show the right behavior. Model the behavior you want to see in your child, and mind your external words.